Hello everybody. I'm Anna Kharitonova, a doll artist and my talking heads, and I'll share how to make dolls. Write in comments where are you from, how long you have watched me. It's important to perfect my channel. And we continue to make jointed doll, and I share my experience with you. Okay, let's look at what we have already. So we have pieces. We sculpt face and head. And pieces of the body, divide the body. I remove all foil inside, bake everything. Remember that we have made a central part, and now I want to show you how to combine everything together. So this is something like this, because I want more mobility from my doll. Also, I show you last time how to make hands and hair and arms and legs using brush. I remind you that we use brush and remove everything from brush. Just remember how I press the thin parts and change the shape of the leg. I shaped the leg, but if it is hard for you, don't do it. We need just base. So we have base for our arms, and we have hip joints. Hip joints I connect like 8. I remind you that everything our doll is empty inside. So we have empty balls. Balls we made from such tool. I also showed you how to do it last time. And we connect balls. We cut the part of the ball and connect hole with hole. So don't forget to make it empty inside. It's important because we have string through the whole doll. So this is our joints. This is hip joints. We practically make the doll. Okay. So what we have, and shoulder joints also. So let's continue to turn it into beauty. And first, let's work with the body part. Also, I use scheme. This is the scheme of my cat, but I replace human head with instead cat head. But I like the joints, and this is the size like cat size. So this is, let's check the length. It's very important to follow the scheme and check every time the proportions, because when we work with separate pieces, it is very easy to mistake with proportions. Very often all pieces seem for you very fat, and you start to cut it to remove something, but when you collect the whole doll, it's turned out that it is too thin. So as soon as possible, I advise you to collect the doll on the rubber band. And also, when we plan double joints and measure the length, remember that the whole length of the leg is consists from hip joints also. It's also very important, and our leg start from this point. This is the size. So when you count everything, keep in mind this size also, because it is very easy to make legs too long. But it is very good to have a good scheme, just to check what we have. So perfect. I like it. My doll Dunya helps me now. This is one face, one doll from Barcelona collection. This is Faces of Barcelona, and Dunya is Raval. She is a face of District Raval of Barcelona. You can find all information in my issues, in my Instagram also. She just helps us. So Okay. Also, when we measure the length of the arm, the arm with the palm and the hand will be on this length. So my arms is a little longer than necessary, but first I want to finish the body, and after that I will understand the size of the arms and legs. So, okay, I'm happy with this. Let's continue. Let's continue with our I bake everything, and I also remind you that we work with polymer clay, and polymer clay is such kind of clay that could be sculpted, and like usual plasticine, you can sculpt, you can work with it. After that, you put it in the usual oven, it starts firm, and you can continue to work. We work with so-called pre-baking, so we don't bake it on the final temperature. Because of adding fresh clay and to cutting it, we will sculpt everything, and after that we will have the final baking. I will tell you about it, don't worry. So we need, so I remove all foil inside, and now I need to collect everything together. So it's a little common to snowman, so but we need the body from one line here, so we need to shape this part, and let's cut it. Let's cut this part first. Let's cut the good space when will be inserted everything. When polymer clay in pre-baking stage, it is very easy to cut. Sometimes if it is cut like sand, it is break very easy. It means that you don't bake it, that it was not enough time for baking, or maybe temperature. Usually time. I remind you that we count time from the moment when the oven increase necessary temperature. So we put it in the cold oven, heat it until 110 degrees Celsius, and after that start count 20 minutes, not from start. It's very common mistake. So let's remove. Okay, so we need good line of the body. Also remember that the body have the shape of the dollar, and we have some bend, and we need to show it with central part also. And remember how we work with front part, because first we add all relief from front part, and after that we will add the back part. But first we need to insert. In this part I also want to cut place for joints to understand how it will be inserted. Like this. Look, in my cat, I inserted ball here, but this is a little grotesque shape, so I like how the ball look like, because we have movement of all in all directions, good bend, but with human body I want to insert not the ball but some oval shape. Okay, we have special word, joint receiver, so we will make the place when the joint will be inserted. Special place for joints. And we cut it to the sharp edges. The best way would be if we will sculpt the whole body, and after that cut it into the pieces. But we have not wire inside and armature inside, so we work with separate pieces. and I show here how to build body from separate pieces starting with joints. And this small doll is absolutely copy of my big dolls. The same joints, the same shape, the same sculpture, but the smaller size. Okay, so we need to have the line. The line is better. It's better to show all relief, to show body. It's full. And try to collect pieces as soon as possible, because it is very hard to work and understand proportions, even with my 25 years experience. So when we insert, first I want to shape. And just maybe like this. I feel like Master Geppetto, which carved Pinocchio. I'm waiting that she start jump. Okay, from the back side, this is belly part, and here from back side it have some curves, some movement inside. So we have the central line when the spine will be here and here. First, let's connect these pieces to understand the shape. I use special carving tools for the wood, very convenient, but small knife for craft also works good. So let's find the central line. It's good to measure everything. So here will be the spine. Here will be in the center will be holes, because we have string inside, don't forget about it. Also we have to remove later all foil inside. Like this. And let's cut. If we insert the ball, we don't shape it, don't show relief and some sculpture, but here I want to show the central part, to show back part. So maybe smaller size like this. Today is carving day. All my students divide into camps. One like carve, one like add clay. It's not different how you work with the result important. If it will be too thin and you see the foil, it's not big deal. After removing the foil, you can put the fresh clay inside and to strengthen it. If it is not enough volume, it's not enough clay. is the part of spine. Look, the central part have to match, and this is continuation. And check how it moves. Also, how we can bend it. I think we will add clay later to have the one size. Now the front part. Here we also, I think we will show the central part. Now the central part like muscles here. But this part is not with great relief. Maybe I will look, maybe I will show ribs, I don't know yet, because this is experiment for me. Those small, I will look what is better. So there is belly button here. And look, the place for belly button is not when the ribs, it's practically on the waist. Maybe it is better to enlarge these edges. We will look. Maybe we will add sculpture, but first, I like how it's inserted. It's not bad. And what is challenge? I want to cut, to make butt using hip joints. I like this movement, but it is not easy. So, like this. Let's remove mess. Dunya, you save it? Perfect. Okay. I have some little doubts about length of the body. The head is rather large. Maybe I want to enlarge the body. What do you feel? I think you can write something in comments. I try to answer and find later. Yes, I want the body to long. Maybe I want to enlarge this part. I think it will be better. Now I will show you how to make so-called joint receiver, and in the same moment we will add the size of the edges of this part, and I think it will be better. Don't forget about solvent, because it's help us to connect the layers. I remind you that I use polymer clay, which called Super Sculpting Living Dough. It's special clay, very good clay. I advise you for beginners, but all kinds of clay will go rather good, works good. And also, I remind you that when you work with polymer clay, you have to knead it very well, because never work straight from package. It will be scales in your clay. Very often it happens when you have not kneaded, and maybe if clay store for a long time, it's have not break. it's have to be stretchable and elastic. And also sometimes it is good to add to avoid scales, because the scales is great problem of polymer clay. So I use special solvent for connecting edge layers. I put several drops on cosmetic sponge, but inside clay, to avoid scales, I put several drops and start knit with it. Not very much, because it's could make your clay very sticky, but we need to knead it. Super Sculpting is rather comfortable clay when you work with Cernit clay, for example. Also good brand, the most durable clay in results. My doll Dunya made from Cernit, but it is very hard to knead, and first it is very hard clay, and after that it starts melt. So it is for beginners, I don't advise it, but test all kinds of clay. The choice of your clay depends on temperature of your hands. If you have hot hands, use clay that melt easier in your hands. If you have cold hands and low blood pressure, Super Sculpting very good. For you also Fimo good clay, a lot of good brands. There's something similar. Test all kinds of materials. If you work with air dry clay, you can do the same, but replace solvent with the water. Everything else absolutely the same. And instead baking, let it dry. I show how to make dolls. No difference what material do you use. I work with different materials, and my collection dedicated to Barcelona will be from different materials, even wood. This is something new for me. Great experiment. I'm working for a long time. I hope I will finish it. Okay. So look how it's stretched, how it's. We put solvent here. And put piece inside. Also check if you see the thin parts added before you make joint receiver. So I add a little volume here, and now I press it with this piece and shape the body with. Yes, it's better. It's better. And try to move it. So we need one line here from both sides. Yes. I want to add maybe more relief on the bones, make it more visible, more interesting. I remind you how we find these bones. This is the very edge of this line, of a line from side, and from to line on when the belly will be later. So this is the very corner, the very edge of this. And from the other side also. Let she be more slim. So, and here I want to show little arch, little like this, like not V, but some wave, maybe like this. So from this we have some small corner because it can bend like this, like this, like this. Let's show. Yes, and now. And now, yes, I like it. And now let's add, I think, if I need to show ribs, I want to show. I like relief, I like anatomy. Let's show everything. So, and also we make this corner, this is the start of our leg. It's very hard to think about all pieces, but you need to remember that when we look at our doll, our mind look at the whole silhouette. Not in pieces, separate pieces, but on the silhouette. Okay. Here, let's show the ribs. I have very detailed video course where I show everything. Here I just share how I make dolls, but in my video course there is 17 hours how to make doll step by step. And now I have very good discount. Be careful. Halloween discount is available now. Don't miss it. I start group with marathon and with a video course. So welcome, we will sculpt everything. My previous group have perfect results. I like our dolls. Maybe soon I will show them for you. Look, this is not ribs, but the place where the ribs will be. And now let's show the ribs on one side and another side. Some challenge that we separate everything, so maybe it's not very clear, but more soft. And I want to add sides, maybe also muscles here, because I need the side, I need it is very hard to sculpt everything together and collect every time all pieces. You can make some base, collect everything of some test rubber and continue to work with it, or some wire. And also maybe I want to show these edges and change a little the shape of these parts. Like this. Okay. Yes, look, we show this part. Remember, when I sculpted, it smelled and it is not absolutely perfect shape. First, I thought that I perfect everything by myself, but I think it's not very fair to show perfect pieces, and I want you to watch everything, all types. When I perfect, when I correct my mistakes, I also make mistakes. No difference that I have 25 experience. Those great teachers, they teach you every time, in every moment. When you say that you know everything and everything will be easy, you start make mistakes and correct everything. They show you that you need learn and learn. Okay, it's better. It's more common to the human body. Also here I don't like, I want it more, maybe also more square shape. Because we have continuation also of this line. Very interesting to work with different sizes. I have big dolls, and usually I work with big details, and for me it is very clear. And now when I work with small pieces, it is rather strange, but it is very useful to think in all directions, to think about different sizes, to change everything. We train the mind. Like this and this. Now we insert balls. Not bad. Maybe after baking I cut a little edges here and make your waist more slim, more thin. I don't know yet, I'm not sure, but I will look. But first I want to bake it to understand the size, because I don't want to enlarge the hips. I want her thin and slim girl. So yes, I want to cut the edges. But now we start to work with the back part of our body. Ta-da-da-dam. And make the shape of butt. So in my video course, and usually we sculpt our butt on this part and edit, and all joints are inside. But now I want to combine this part and start butt from here. It's some interesting challenge, and add the part of the butt of each ball. So First, maybe I want to cut more holes here because these parts have to be very thin, and I like how these joints move, and I like that the doll with these kinds of joints sit on the butt, because it is rather hard to sit here. Usually dolls sit on the joints. Not big deal, but this is more natural. But with each joints, you have some poses when the doll looks not natural. But try to test different joints. You have to understand how it's work, and after that change what you want more, natural look or more mobility. In ball jointed dolls, every time you balance between natural look and mobility of your doll. Because for example, our leg is not divided in 3 pieces, just in knee. But if you won't got bent, you divide it in more pieces. So first of all, good symmetry. We need in some dolls, these balls and hip joints could be different, and usually the lower ball is bigger for good shapes of hips, but mine is equal, also possible thing. Let's start. No. Try to put it on the surface to understand how it stands, but I think we will add it later. Also, let's add also, and maybe let's first no, I think first I think what is better, to make joint receiver first or butt first. I think about it. I think butt. So the butt usually have the best shape of the butt have the shape of the heart. We find the heart in the butt. But so we put this clay on the diagonal direction, not on straight direction, but on diagonal. So like this. And from the other joint also. It's like the rope, like this. And from the sides, so we show the butt part, and from the sides we connect our joints here, because we need that this connection, this movement. We need like this. We close the sides. And what is good with my marathon, I remember that when I open video course or all library of my video courses, and also we start sculpting in Zoom, and in Zoom I will show more information about different joints. So don't miss good offer. I have several favorite tools for me like this. It's like spatula, I don't know. This is flat pot, and this pot like a small spoon. I have a lot of tools, of course, as every artist, but use 2 or 3 of them. But to find them, I needed to buy a lot of things. I never advise to buy tools for my students because you need to find what is good for you. There is no rules. And I find my tools everywhere. Manicure tools, dentist, our best friends. Sometimes very good tool I make from usual brush, sharp it and sand it, make this space and this, and use it several years. And here also maybe I want more. So it can sit like this, but our bud start here, not from joints, but here. It's some difficulty to understand it. So it starts like this, then we add like this. So I want to add maybe more volume here. It's too small. But try to insert everything to understand what kind. So from front part, this is usual ball. From the back part, it's like drop, which move on diagonal direction. And when we insert it, we will show. And the whole silhouette and the whole bud will be start here. And from the same side. Show the center. If you're afraid that everything, all pieces can stick to each other, it is easy really. You can wrap it with a film and work with the film. or move it from time to time. So we shift. So we have to, this is the shape, the one shape, the one volume. And after that, we check how it can bend, how it can sit, how it will be inserted. Like this. Of course, later I want I will perfect symmetry and volumes and check left and right sides how it will look. It's the game to each other. But what we have now? It is very hard to work without baking. Usually, if we work with one piece, bake it and continue to work with firm pieces, it is easy, of course. So, I want to bake it and continue, but very, very good shape of the body. I like it. I like size. I also maybe add a joint receiver. Let's add the shoulder part, I think. And after that, not bad, not bad. Of course, it's needed to perfect. Dance. I like it. So let's insert joints, shoulder joints also. When we work with shoulder joints, we need to here and keep in mind that shoulder and joints are also one volume of the body, and each ball is continuation of the sculpture every time. The hip joint, the central part, you need to think about it. So the ball have to be continuation of the shoulder. From this, it have to be one line from shoulder part. And from the arm part, it have to be one line also, to avoid very big shoulders. But first, we need to insert balls check the place, don't move it on different places. Let's bake. Maybe first try to cut the holes, good holes, and try to cut holes to the very edge of shoulder. It is very important. Don't put them very high, because when you put them high, you enlarge shoulders a lot. So it's have to be one line. Check this. Here also. To our next trim, I will perfect everything, finish the body, and we will continue with legs and arms. And maybe I will show you how to insert knee joints if it will be enough time. So I put the clay and press the ball and try to move it inside to press the good hole to this joints, to this joint. So like this, okay. And from the other side, the same. So, and look at the central part, and the central line, measure all the length, all sizes. I will perfect everything later, of course, because it is rather hard for me to do it. Check. I need to smooth everything, to check symmetry, to show everything more nice. But I like what we have, the good shape. So after that, we will need to continue with legs and arms. But now I need to bake everything. So I invite everybody to my marathon. Welcome. I have a good discount for this. I invite to all my kinds of all my lessons. So this is our today result. Let's continue the